Lecture 22, Capacitor Charging Equation. The objective of this lecture is to determine how capacitor charges when it is connected to a DC source through a resistor. So this is an RC charging circuit. It consists of a capacitor, a resistor, a voltage source and a switch. This switch is turned on at a time t is equal to 0. So when the switch turns on, the current starts to flow, and the objective of this lecture is to determine how this voltage and current behaves with the time. Is the charging of the capacitor instantaneous or not? And what is the mathematical derivation of capacitor charging? So for that we need to start with understanding the property of capacitor at initial condition. So initial condition is the moment at which this switch is turned on. So at that moment, this capacitor behaves like a short circuit. That means it allows maximum amount of current to flow. Since the resistance is 0, at this time, the voltage across this capacitor is equal to 0. Now let's move on to the final steady state. That means that this switch is now turned on for very long time. The capacitor will gain the entire voltage equal to the source voltage, and the terminals of the capacitor will behave like an open circuit. Therefore, this Vc will be equal to the voltage V, which is the same as that of the input DC voltage. In between initial and final condition is the transient state, which we are concerned with. So in order to understand the behavior, we need to understand this circuit. So first, let's apply KVL in this circuit. So when the switch is turned on, the current I will start to flow. Therefore, there will be voltage drop across this resistance. Plus will appear here, minus will be here. And since current is entering here, it should be plus, it should be minus. So as per KVL applied in the anti-clockwise direction, minus to plus, that is plus V, then plus to minus, that is minus into voltage drop across this resistor, and plus to minus, that is minus voltage drop across capacitor, is equal to 0. When I will rearrange this equation, it will become V is equal to VR plus VC. Now VR, that is voltage across R, can be found out with the help of Ohm's law, that is simply I into R. So VR becomes I into R. So therefore V is equal to IR plus VC. Now let's write the value of I in terms of capacitance. So for that we can see this formula. So capacitance is simply Q divided by V. From here we get Q is equal to CV. And we know that the current is rate of change of charge, that is dQ by dt. And when I insert the value of Q is equal to CV in this equation, it becomes I is equal to C dVc by dt. Why? Because C comes out because it is constant and Vc remains inside the derivative. So let's substitute this value of I in this equation. So it becomes V is equal to RC dVc by dt plus Vc. And when we will rearrange this equation, it becomes dVc by dt is equal to V minus Vc by RC. dt goes here, V minus Vc goes here. So dVc by V minus Vc is equal to dt by RC. Now in order to find out the value of Vc, we need to integrate both sides of this equation. So on integration, we can see that the integration of dVc by V minus Vc is simply log of V minus Vc, and minus comes because the sign of Vc is negative. And similarly, RC will come out because it is a constant, and the integration of dt is simply t, and there will be a constant added to equation. So this becomes equation 1. In order to find out this constant k, we need to consider the initial conditions. So at t is equal to 0, initial conditions, Vc is equal to 0. So putting the value of Vc, that is log V minus Vc is equal to 0, is equal to t by RC, and since t is equal to 0, so it becomes 0 plus k. From here, k comes out to be minus of log V. So let's insert this value in the equation 1. So equation 1 becomes minus log V minus Vc is equal to t by RC minus log V. And rearranging it simply becomes log V minus Vc is equal to t by RC. Log A minus B is simply log of A by B. So using this formula, it becomes log of V minus Vc is equal to t by RC. Now log is replaced by introducing exponentials. So V by V minus Vc becomes e raised to power t by RC. And from here, finally rearranging it, we get Vc is equal to V times 1 minus e raised to power minus t by RC. And since the voltage is dependent upon t, we can write it in function form. So therefore we can add a t inside the bracket in this variable. So VCT is equal to V minus 1 minus e raised to power minus t by RC. Similarly, current is simply I is equal to C dVC by dt. Putting the value of Vc in this equation and solving for derivative, I becomes equal to V by R e raised to power minus t by RC. And since I is also dependent upon t, we can write I as a function of time. So therefore, in this circuit, I is simply equal to V by R e raised to power minus t by RC, and Vc becomes V 1 minus e raised to power minus t by RC. In order to understand the behavior of current and voltage with respect of time, we need to plot current versus time graph and voltage versus time graph. So let's do that. So when we plot voltage versus time, we already know that VCT is equal to V1 minus e raised to power minus t by RC. So at a time t is equal to 0, that is at origin, Vc becomes V into 1 minus e raised to power 0. E raised to power 0 is 1, so it becomes 0. So therefore we should start from 0, and at t is equal to infinite, when we put the value Vc is equal to V times 1 minus e raised to power minus infinite. E raised to power minus infinite is 0. So therefore this becomes equal to V. Therefore the maximum value becomes equal to V. Similarly, we know that the current, that is I, is equal to V by R e raised to power minus t by RC, and at t is equal to 0, I becomes equal to V by R into e raised to power 0, that is V by R. So therefore the maximum value will be V by R, and at t is equal to infinite, that is I becomes equal to V by R into e raised to power infinite, and that is almost equal to 0. Therefore we can see that at t is equal to infinite, the current becomes almost 0. Then there is the concept of time constant. So rather than t is equal to 0 and infinite, if we put t is equal to RC and solve this equation, so we know that E is equal to 2.718, then the voltage comes out to be 0.632 volts. So when t is equal to RC, the voltage becomes 63.2% of the maximum voltage. And similarly, in the current equation, when we put t is equal to RC, the current becomes 0.638 times the maximum current. Therefore, at t is equal to RC, the current is 36.8% of the maximum value. So the time constant helps in defining how fast the current drops and the voltage rises, and both of these graphs can be clubbed into a single graph like this to understand the complete behavior.